Again, I'm working on the GSX. So I can see I already removed the bumper. I'm in the process of removing the intercooler. Today I'm going to be installing a bunch of stuff. One of them being a bigger radiator. I have a full-size radiator that I'm going to be putting on. Another setup of the fans. I already have this fan here and then this one in the front, but it's not cutting it with this new turbo setup. It's running hot. So I got a full-size radiator and some better fans that I'm going to be putting on today, hopefully to mitigate the overheating that I'm experiencing. So I have the radiator and the fans back there. I'll show you guys better in detail a little later once I'm done taking this thing apart. So I'm working on removing that right now. Then I need to get the hose clamps off and remove this intercooler core. And hopefully the intercooler, I mean not the intercooler, the radiator and the fan setup is gonna fit here because they're gonna go in the front. The fans that I'm gonna be putting on, they're gonna fit between this intercooler core and the radiator. But it should, because the full-size radiator is gonna sit, it's not gonna be tucked. Like this one is like kind of tucked in the frame or whatever. The full-size radiator is gonna sit where it should with the mounts, like the stock one. So I should have enough room, hopefully. We'll see. Okay, finally got the intercooler core off. There it is. And I got the hood latch support thing that goes here. I got that off just now too, to make room. I'm gonna be removing this fan and this one, and then I need to drain the radiator from the coolant that it currently has so I can install the other radiator and coolant and the other fan setup. So making a little progress here. Alright, so I got the old radiator off, the one that was tucked in here. It was tucked in the frame. There's the stock AC fan and the pusher that I had in the front. This is the radiator that just came off. This is the one that's gonna go on, and those are the fans that are gonna go in the front of this thing. It's not, obviously, as you can tell, it's not a new radiator, but it's in good working condition and it's bigger than that one, so it should do a better job at keeping the temperature a little cooler. Now I gotta test fit everything and hopefully everything fits. There's enough room to clear the exhaust manifold, the wastegate, the freaking turbo, and the intercooler piping. But I think there's enough room because it goes like right here, and the fans are gonna go in the front anyways. So I think it should be fine. Hopefully it would also clear the fans. You have this thing here. This thing in the front, I don't know what the hell this thing, whatever, the motor, I guess. This thing hopefully clears the intercooler core right here. Nothing's thick. So alright, let's start test fitting these things in. Alright, got everything back assembled. It took a while I had to modify the bumper support. This thing here, I had to modify it. I had to actually have my friend help me cut some of it off because it was, the fans that are now installed weren't fitting right. There was some fitment issues with the radiator itself as well. The little mounting points to the radiator support in the bottom weren't lining up, so we had to, this is a 1G radiator, this is a 2G, so we had to modify a little bit of that down there in the radiator support in the bottom. So that's why now you see it all assembled. I didn't record the process of modifying all this crap because it was too much. So the bottom of the radiator had to modify, the radiator support had to be modified, The fans are from a Mercedes actually, so those had to be rigged in there as well. The bumper support had to be modified. The intercooler, we had to add some spacers here, some washers to bring it out some. I still need to connect the fans to the plug. But everything, so this upper radiator hose, we had to modify this hose as well, because it was for, originally was for a 2J radiator that has the neck, the water neck coming out of here in the middle. So we had to cut it and kind of bring it in there. What else? We installed the manual boost controller, so that's something new.